How are you all doing today? I see you're clapping. It's beautiful. Feel free to clap. Feel free to make noise if you wish. Cooking with emotion. We're gonna cook it with emotion. We're gonna treat it like it's sacred. Treat it like it's sacred. Gonna make some music together. Yeah. Gonna make some music together. Gonna make some music together. You've gone quiet. Gonna make some music together. I see that you crave attention. What we gonna do? We gonna bring you close, brother. Look straight in those eyes. Wandering thoughts, fractured attention. What we gonna do? We gonna switch it all off, yeah. We're fully hearing this now. Shh. All right. I'm happy to be here with you today. My name is Jurgis DID. I'm only famous in Lithuania. And in like a neighborhood of Bogota, Colombia. And that is because I am Colombian Lithuanian, which in a sense almost makes me Romanian. Yeah? Because I'm Eastern European and Latin American at the same time. So you should really enjoy this. And one of the things I do is I mix my passion for music and social phenomenon to create different experiences. Because I believe that music can do much more than just entertain us. Music can be a way of connecting. Music can be a means of catalyzation. Music can be a language, right? And I would like you all to remember that today. I'm gonna talk today about something which is very important to me. And that is how we human beings have the faculty to co-create spaces. And how these spaces can be very transcendental. All right? You want some more music, obviously, right? I have bad news for you. We need to talk. We need to talk. There was a presenter. Oh, beautiful. All right, lovely. You could give me a round of applause. Thank you. I feel more comfortable when I have the guitar in my hands and I'm playing. But I'd like to share something that means a lot to me, and this is these co-created spaces. So as I mentioned, I like mixing music, social phenomenon, but lately I have a fetish for watching people come together and create something different, something more than the sum of the parts. And I've realized that it is not only a wonderful way to reprogram people and communities, it is also a way of building social capital. And I discovered not long ago that it is also an age-old tool for social engineering. So it means it's some serious shit, okay? So, transformational spaces. Now, you may have heard of Burning Man. Yes. Okay, cool. You've heard of Burning Man. If you don't know what Burning Man is, it's a gathering in the Nevada desert where 70,000 like-minded individuals commune under 10 principles. Some come to party like there's no tomorrow. Other people come to create alternative realities that could very well become inspirations for tomorrow. I like to think of it sometimes like the what do you call it, the CERN particle accelerator for human beings. So this is a social particle accelerator. It's a set of conditions which should not exist in normal reality. But when people come and see what's happening at Burning Man, they go, holy shit. They go, wow. And that completely changes our ideas about what we think is possible amongst us human beings. I am also a hardcore Rainbow Gathering fan. Have you heard of Rainbow Gathering? No. Okay, so Rainbow Gathering was what happened right after Woodstock when a whole bunch of hippies came together and they said, we want some real hardcore hippie bullshit. So they got together, and this is a format. It sometimes lasts a full month where like-minded individuals live from moon to moon without electricity, without running water, without money, without formal organization, without even a legal entity. The normative code of this grouping of people is love. I regained my faith by going to the rainbow when I saw that we could come together as human beings in an anarchic state and create a robust, beautiful, coherent social system. A framework built on love. Sounds like hardcore hippie bullshit, right? But you know what? It works. Now, these are temporary gatherings so far, but there's also this one right here. Have you heard of Christiania? Cool. All right. So I love Christiania. So this Christiania should not be here because, again, it was a whole bunch of hippies which came together in the 60s and they said, we want to create an alternative. They came together. They have their own rules. They have their own regulations. They have their own flag. And they are in the middle of Copenhagen, living an idyllic hippie existence. Now, this should not be there. It should not exist. And for a very long time, Christiania was on like legal limbo, where people had squatted the land and it wasn't clear if it was theirs or not, and it was a big source of tension. So people said, no, Christiania doesn't exist. It's not there. But ironically, it's the second most important tourist attraction in Copenhagen. Right? So these are things which should not be there. And the things that hold these things together, these structures, are culture. And we're going to talk about culture a little bit. Because for me, simply culture is a collection of beliefs and behaviors that are the operating system of a group of individuals. And if you enter one of these spaces and their values click with yours, wow, you are in for a ride. The reason why they are transformative is because when you enter these spaces, you have to question your social norms. You have to recalibrate your operating system. You have to reset those social settings and question, what am I? Who are you? Who are we? What are we to each other? The way you get infected by this thing is because culture is fluid and contagious, right? This is really interesting because when you come to a group of people, you start observing. Do we swear? Do we not swear? Do we like Trump? Do we not like Trump? Yeah, you're observing. You are calibrating, right? And it's normal. Lots of people think that the internet is a gift. Yeah, but we had a very sensitive neural network of human beings coming together and being able to transmit a lot of information just like that. Good example, women's circles. Women, they raise an eyebrow, poof. Everybody understood what's happening. And so people like to think that this is some kind of like a form of social osmosis. Yeah, perhaps. But I would prefer to think that it is more like resonance. And that resonance explains how this works. All right? Now let's try an experiment. Can I ask to see your hands? Can we get them clapping? Beautiful. I've heard Romanian people sing very nice. Let's try out. Can you give me an O? Can you give me an A? All right, that's simple. Try this one. Oh. Let's see if you pass the test. Beautiful. Now do it a bit louder. Whoa. Just you. Stop. I want you to sit in silence for a second. How many of you still hear the music? So that is me brainwashing you. Really, seriously. That is me subjecting you to culture. And you see people are clapping, and they're like, hey, he's clapping, that's okay. He's singing, I'm singing. I guess we can sing here, it's fine. And that's the way society works. Because if you expose yourself to kindness, you become kind. If you expose yourself to stress, you become a stressful person. And very often we take the stress from the office and we take it back home. And this for me is very interesting the way it works. It's because we don't realize how we're being reprogrammed every single minute and how we are reprogramming ourselves and others. And this is the way that we've built communities for over 100,000 years. Interesting stuff, right? So this is stuff you take home. But it is also the way you understand that you are at home. Let me give you an example. Say I was to take this O, right? We did an O. But I'm going to throw you an O with very particular flamboyant energy. Very specific energy. Kind of like Freddie Mercury-esque, fantastic, like, oh! Sister. I go, oh! Right, so this is me sending a signal, sending a call, and I get a response. So it means that if you are replying, you are validating me. You are reinforcing the set of codes, which is kind of like, I don't know, Freddie Mercury camp, which I don't do very well. But it tells me a lot about the space. It tells me I'm amongst like-minded individuals. It tells me that my values are home here amongst you people. That if I have specific values, I can come out of the closet and I can feel one with you. I can take off my mask. And that is so powerful. That is why I go to the Rainbow Gathering, as I mentioned, and Burning Man as well. I go there, and for me it is a spa for the soul, where I say, wow, you're a human too. Isn't that important? Now, this is a formula for upgrading humanity. I firmly believe this. Better spaces create better people, create better spaces, create better people. My mother gave me a very good piece of advice. She said, if you ever want to become a better person, you need to hang out with better people. You know that saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you want to grow, you need to expose yourself to people. So what if those people you like, they all come together in a space where they become the best versions of themselves? This is where you need to be. This is where you need to go. And funnily enough, again, the way you take the stress home every day, if you expose yourself to good individuals and you start practicing good culture, well, you're going to start spreading that as well. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen? We all need to become good culture. We need to believe it. Let me give you a very good kind of like brainwashy neuromarketing example. It won't hurt, and your sense of taste won't be affected. I promise. Tell yourself right now, I'm a good person. I didn't believe any of you. Say it to yourself with conviction. I'm a good person. Again. All right, now turn to a neighbor, lock eyes and say, you're a good person. You're smiling, you're laughing. Wow, the emotional acceleration. Right, so the first one is first level therapy. This one is second level therapy. But if you want, people are still giggling, I'll give you a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to experience what real goodness is, and you really want to believe that you are good people, you need to be in a system where you are observing yourself and good people do as good people do. Then you will truly believe it. When you have aligned your intention, your expression, and execution, when you find that coherence, you will truly believe your bullshit. No doubt about it. And actually, there's a term for this. It's something that we burners called truth as an act. I can consider myself kind because I'm constantly kind. I consider myself a good human because I do as good humans do. I'm a burner not because I survived Burning Man 4 times. No, but because on the playa, I'm a native. I know the lingo. I know how to relate to people. I'm a proper rainbow. Not because I've been amongst the rainbow, but because I do as rainbows do. And so this is a great example of how when you enter a culture that resonates with you, you have become infected. You become a carrier. You become an expression of the culture. You become a manifestation of the culture. You become a version of the values, of the aesthetics. You become the culture. And guess what? we people, we need this. We human beings, we need a little bit more humanity. And there is a reason why Burning Man is so popular and all this hippie bullshit, esoteric hippie bullshit is becoming popular, is because people have a thirst, they have a need for humane collectivization. They need to feel it in their bones. It's very important for us. And let me just put that slide on because it's more important than this one right here, see? The need for humane collectivization. To come together as human beings and do as good people do. That's right. Now you may be questioning my bullshit a little bit, going, yeah, that sounds well. Have you read a guy called Yuval Harari? Of course, you're smart Romanians, right? But you know, it's no surprise, most of the world has read Yuval Harari at this point. So at least it makes it a good talking point. So Yuval Harari, one of the most interesting things he's spoken about is our ability as people to create collective fictions, right? That is what makes us sapiens. That is what distinguishes us from the monkeys. To be able to say, let's pretend this. Let's pretend that. And we're very good at it. So just saying that if weaving collective fictions is what makes us human, well then, doesn't the quality of those fictions actually determine the quality of our existences? Ah, that's smart, no? You can clap. That makes sense. Yeah, whatever. I honestly believe this. Now, one of the problems we have is that when we weave these collective fictions, as well as Yuval Harari says, is that we very often feel impotent, that they are as they are. And we don't understand how we can affect social reality with very, very, very simple things. For example, look around again. Look around. All right? And be generous with a smile or two. See, the temperature changed. If I get you singing, if you start radiating positive energy, this place will become more positive. So for me, it is a little bit sad that one of the only scenarios, or some of the only scenarios that we can accept in reality are the following. Dystopian ones. Dystopian scenarios are what is real. I go to a lot of conferences, unconferences, and meetings with people who are much smarter than me. Nobody's talking about utopia. Everybody's talking about surviving dystopia. And one of the best descriptions I've heard of dystopia so far is the following. It starts like this. This curve right here is technological growth. As you see, it is exponential. It very well reflects the aggregate nature of technology. Say, if you have processed bread, say, if you have a toaster, which comes from electricity, say, if you have refined sugar and all kinds of milk, you can make yourself a very nice snack. And so this is technology and technological growth growing at an amazing, alarming pace. And this here is collective evolution, human evolution, us becoming better human beings. And this right here, C is for clever, W is for wise. Okay, so we're like clever monkeys. If you give some monkeys some guns, right, you also expect them to have a little bit of wisdom. And this tension is what arises when there's too much power in the hands of the morally foolish. And this is tension right here. This is Facebook. This is Facebook playing social engineering, rewiring your minds without thinking about the consequences. This is people extracting oil and gas without thinking, what will the consequences be to future generations? And I think this makes perfect sense to me. But what I would like to talk to you about is this. Now think about it. Utopia usually is something that is reserved for the academic realm. It's something used to describe a fiction, something that cannot happen. If you're described as a utopian, that's an insult. He's a dreamer. But I believe that if we cannot start creating these positive fictions, if we cannot start exercising our social muscles to create better scenarios, then we are truly screwed. For me, ladies and gentlemen, and one thing I would like you to take today is to change this notion of utopia. I would like you to start thinking about utopia as space that is held by people who are living their ideals to the fullest. Even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just a party at your house, even if it's just Burning Man. Because I believe honestly that if you start creating more of those parties, if you start validating people who are also utopians, well then what you have is a culture worth spreading. And the truth of the matter is that we cannot take every single human being to Burning Man. I would like to take everybody to Burning Man and give them the hard reset necessary to upgrade our collective minds. But that's impossible. So what we do is we bring the culture to them. And if we start spreading it strong, if utopian becomes no longer a sinister word, if we start flexing those social muscles with random acts of kindness and wanton acts of generosity, I think we have a crack at making that curve a little bit more exponential so we can meet the technological one. Co-create cultures of community. Spread them. Now, as long as this is just me talking, and I know I've used this word many times, but I love it, it's just bullshit. What we need to do is to really create better spaces that create better people, that infect better people, that make better people, so forth and so on. And the way we do this is by exercising our social muscles. So if you will be here on Saturday, I'm going to be holding this session where we're going to play Utopia. And I'm going to explain to you what I've learned over the last couple of years of how we have deep social needs that if they're used correctly, if we tap into them, turn into humongous resources. And because I think anyways, as well, talk is cheap, action is better. Let's make some music together. You ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the following. I need y'all to stand up. Need y'all to stand up. Very good, yes. Put your belongings somewhere safe. All right. I need you to breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. These are the cheapest drugs I could find. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, and now what I need you to do is shake off conference mode. Shake it off. All right, shake it off. Very nice. Okay, all right. Now you got those hands. There's a little bit more blood flowing. I need you to take these two hands. I need you to put them together like this. I need you to rub them, give them some energy, and I need you to kiss your right hand. Mwah. This hand does a lot of good things for you. But I'm an equal opportunity employer, so you need to kiss the left one as well. Mwah. All right, let's see them clapping. Let's see them clapping. All right, very nice. Can I hear some noise? All right, very good. Let's work with the clapping first. This is a very powerful resource. Now, if you're all clapping the same thing, it very much is like a fascist regime, right? So let's look at the alternatives we have. You can clap like this. This is Eastern European style of clapping. If you do it with flavor, it's cumbia, but then it's like this, with swing. But that's not it. So try American clapping. Yeah. Try Spanish clapping. Try some gypsy clapping. You can try Russian clapping. All right, okay, so mix it up. Mix it up. Beautiful. I need to hear you people make a happy noise. That's infectious. I need to hear you people make a happy noise. Beautiful. All right. We have 5 more minutes. I'm going to ask you to sing. Sing. I need you all to. I need you all to sing. All right, listen up. Hold a beat. I need you all to sing. Oh, oh. when you, I love it when you, we need you all to say, oh, oh, I love it when you. All right, put your hands down. Put your hands down. Singing is the most difficult. No, stand up. Just stay up. All right, but I want you to sing. All right, all right. What we're going to do is the following. Pretend you're in the bathroom or in your car, okay? Just let out those notes as they come. Ready? It goes like this. Sing. Beautiful. Sing. Pretend it's beautiful. Sing. See, pretending is powerful. Oh, I love it when you, just like that. I love it when you, oh, raise a hand. I love it when you sing. That helps a lot. Pavarotti does it. Love it when you, right? We need you all to sing when you falling in love, you. Oh, when they've broken your heart, you. When it all falls apart, you sing. When alone in the dark, you. When you're battered and scarred, you. When you pick yourself up, you wait, wait. 1, 2, 3, together, sing. Find your voice amongst others and become one with the other, and you have magic within. Hey, sing, sing, sing. Hey, we need you all to sing just like that. I love it when you, oh, we need you all to just like that. I love it when you, oh, we need you all to this, da, 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 is sing. That's what song is about. When you let it all out, sharing more than just notes, holding more than just space. You long for together. You forgot to remember. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Find your voice amongst others and sing. Become one with the other and sing. You have magic within. Hey, sing, sing, sing. We need you all to, like your drunk Germans. I love it when you, like your Pavarotti. I love it when you, hey, we need you all to, just like that. I love it when you. Sit down. Sit down. I have a couple more minutes. Let me share something with you. I might not be sharing it on Saturday, but we will be doing something similar. Notice one elementary thing. As a musician, I can get on the stage and I can sing songs. I realized that unless I'm really good looking, unless I sing really well, unless you've heard my song on the radio, and there's a lot of buzz around me, it will be meh. Right? If I get you singing, if I get you participating, I'm doing 2 things. I'm actually doing 3 things. The first thing is I'm shifting attention from me back to you. And you are looking at your hands. You're going, wow, I'm clapping better than him over there. My voice isn't half bad. That makes my life much easier. Second thing I'm doing, which is also very powerful, very important, is I'm getting you clapping. I didn't have a drummer here. Look, all of a sudden, social capital at work. You're clapping, you're singing. I don't need to pay additional musicians. Hey, that's social capital actually being turned into a, yeah, I forgot. Anyways, third thing, most important of all, I made you stakeholders of this performance. I gave you the keys to the car and said, drive. And you were careful. And then you enjoyed yourself. And you wanted to do your best, because as human beings, when we come together into this state of comunitas, some people refer to it. We like to do our best. We like to find our voice amongst others. And we like to show that as good humans, we can come together as exceptional primates to create these beautiful systems. That's it. Thank you very much. I wish you a very beautiful 4 days.
Awesome. Thank you.